Blessed risings, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on where in the world you are tapping from. You got to keep in mind that Keep It P podcast is a global show. And today, on this episode of PC Shenanigans, we will be discussing Puma terminates sponsorship of Israel's national soccer team. Here's what we know. Well, here's what we know, boys and girls. We know that Jay-Z is part of Puma. We know J. Cole is part of Puma. Now, I don't know what roles they play and what is decision. What we do on here on Key Podcast is we're not trying to tell you what, we're trying to show you how to think. So these are questions that you should ask yourself before you just take information or as face value. How do you break down all of these lamestream media Aesop fables? And that's what we do on the Keep It P podcast, where we take news and situations. That's what we do. We take news and situations and everyday occurrences, and we show how one could or could not be keeping it P. And we do this for the people. That's what this P stands for. What's your podcast about? 24/7 Black Empowerment, but we also break down the articles. Where's all the lies at? Question info. It starts, Puma will terminate the sponsorship deal with the Israeli Football Association, IFA, in 2024. Sportswear brand says the decision is unrelated to the Israel-Hamas war. Don't have nothing to do with that. A spokesperson for the German brand told Time in a statement that the decision made at the end of 2022 is part of its new fewer, bigger, better business strategy. So the U.S. ain't fewer, bigger, better? They ain't got no money there? Huh? Now, I skip over the fact it's a German brand. Don't let me skip over that part that it's a German brand. Israel, U.S., German. These are just questions. The review of the existing roster of national teams along certain KPIs such as commercials and participation in major international tournaments led to a few changes. The statement and sponsorship deal with Serbia will also extend in 2024. You comparing them with Serbia? You in the same talks as Serbia, Israel? That's where you at with Serbia, little old Serbia. Most prominent soccer sponsorship deal with in 2022 to rival sports brand Adidas. But y'all got to do something now. And did you lose Italy because you got in bed with them Negros? With that Negro Jay-Z? With that Negro J. Cole? It continued. The company statement added that new sponsorship deals with two national teams, including a high-profile squad, will be announced later this year and in 2024. Who replaced you? Your replacement. Financial Times first reported that Puma's IFA decision, according to several people familiar with internal decisions, Israel ranks 75th of 200 countries in FIFA rankings, and Israel is a limited market for kit sales. The newspaper added. The news comes amid calls for customer boycotts of Israel among its ongoing bombardment of Gaza. Puma stores in some Western cities have been the target of protests in recent weeks. But no, it don't got nothing to do with that, though. It don't got nothing to do with that. It don't got nothing to do with that now. We don't want to do it. We don't want you to know that. Got nothing to do with that. At least 18,000 people in Gaza have been killed following the October 7th Hamas attack, which killed 1,200 people. 18,000 people been killed, fam. Is that the same 13% math of black people in the United States still? Is that same math where you got 18,000 people, maybe 3,000 people? I'm just saying the numbers don't seem. I like to see that mathematics. That's all. That's all. Some 1.9 out of the 2.2 million people have also been displaced. So that's everybody. Ain't you just said everybody's been displaced? If there's 1.9 million out of the 2.2 million people, ain't that everybody? Ain't that like 1,000 or something left? So you saying 300,000 people was good. And the rest of the 2 million people is 2.2 million people. So basically 2 million people, you just said is they don't have nowhere to go. Displaced. The UN has called for immediate ceasefire, warning of worsening humanitarian crisis. How come they ain't listening to y'all? Ain't y'all the boss hogs? Ain't y'all the worldwide army, the UN? Huh? Ain't that what y'all do? You called for immediate ceasefire. Ain't that right now? Ain't that right away? Ain't that step and fetch it, hop to it? The boss? Hmm. So they going against you? Ain't, ain't no ain't no discipline for that though? Huh. Have previously accused Puma of supporting Israeli settlements because of the IFA has clubs in them, but Puma has denied the allegation, saying it only sponsors the national squad. That is, we just were supporting the little football. That's it. We don't know nothing about nothing. We just thought we was gonna make a little money. That's it. We don't see nothing. We don't know nothing. But since you're mad, we gonna leave it alone. And we out of here, boys and girls. What did we learn here today, boys and girls? What did we learn here? Did you see the numbers in here? We really don't care. Just to let y'all know. The black people in the community, you ain't gonna get reparations if you don't watch out for Israel. Well, if you're black, then you gotta go with Palestine. You gotta go with the Palestinians. They look like you, don't they? They do. Shut up. We ain't got to do nothing but stand in the middle and drink our tea on the sideline like how they do when it's anti-black racism running amok on a daily basis. You don't say nothing. I'm gonna give you a little bit of that same energy. That's all. That's all. No, we don't want to see nobody killed. All of that. But, yeah, I say a prayer for you. Get my hands dirty, right? And it ain't what you. They're good people on both sides. Huh? Stay out the middle of that, black people. But I ain't gonna hold you. I'm just gonna mold you, fold you, and scold you about being off code. Gonna leave you with 4 words as we always do around this time. Subscribe for the vibe, like for the spike, comment your vomit, and share if you dare, if you care about spreading black empowerment everywhere on all of the various platforms that you see on the screen: YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, Facebook, and you know we're on that Spotify. Give it a try. You want all of the latest breaking news? That's where you will find that at. If you want some VIP treatment, please go to keepitpraw.com. Subscriptions as little as 5 buckaroonies, applesauce to a boss. Don't forget to also sign the petition, zeroantiblackracism.com. Again, that is zeroantiblackracism.com. Love, peace, blessings, in Maloha. I gotta go high for sure high. You already know how. Big Brother Light Bright Supreme Almighty signing off.